tax season is kind of like a holiday for hackers and criminals. Prime fraud season. We're going to talk about it on today's Not So Critical update. This article from thestreet.com talks about the assembly line-like efficiency to call as many people as possible collecting information to file returns, fraudulent returns on their behalf, using the fraudster's bank account details for the refund of direct deposit. But then the next level is now they've got enough information to commit pretty much any other kind of identity fraud that they want to commit. So this is a pretty straightforward story about identity fraud, submitting fraudulent tax returns on behalf of unwitting victims. Classic.
Yeah, I think this is a pretty an old situation. I think it's basically just public service announcement. Tax season is here, and file your taxes quickly so someone else doesn't get your return.
Yeah,
I actually got the state I live in. They actually sent me a letter that had a little code on it, and I was to go to a website and enter this code, and I was like, oh, good one. And then I looked at the letter a little closer. I'm like, actually, this does look legitimate. So I went to the web. I typed in the web address, not from, I went to like Department of Revenue for my state, their website, and then on the homepage it actually said, if you trying to put your code in, here's the link. I was like, okay, it is legitimate. So I put my code in, and they verified me through that, through a letter in the mail. So maybe your state is doing something similar. But that's not foolproof at all. Somebody could steal your mail. You could not live at that address anymore. Like, there's going to be a lot of people who don't get their return because of this little code in my state.
Yeah, one of the things they say in the article, they talk about how the IRS will never call, text, or email you. So don't ever click a link in an email that's claiming to be from the IRS. But in your case, somebody could potentially
will send a letter.
Send out a letter. I mean, you had to research that a little bit even to be able to trust that, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I was suspect. I almost threw it right away. I was like, good one. And I was like, oh,
nice try, IRS.
But I looked at the number. It actually had the numbers on it, I think. No, it didn't. I was thinking it had the amount of my return or whatever.
Yeah, we talked a story about Trezor's a crypto wallet management software getting breached. Their client list was compromised on MailChimp, which is the email provider. So you could get very credible emails asking you to provide this information. In this case, the specific scheme that they're talking about was calling people by phone to ask for the information so they could submit the claims. But one of the main things they said to do to protect yourself is file early in the season so that any illegitimate returns that get sent in after the fact, yours has already been processed. You don't have to worry about it as much. The one other thing they say in the article is if you think you fell for a scam like this, that there is an identity theft affidavit or form 14039 that the IRS provides. You should fill that out if you are at all suspicious. So if somebody called you out of the blue to collect your tax information, if somebody sent you an email with a link in it to submit your tax information, go fill out one of those forms.
And you fell for it. The IRS has a form where they can perhaps help you.
So in the other story, we talked a little bit about what to look for in phishing attacks. This one hopefully isn't quite as sophisticated where it actually is coming from an IRS server, right? Although we did a story not long ago about emails that looked like they were coming from an FBI server.
Yeah.
If that happens, again, very tough to find out, but classic advice, check the sender name and the email address for misspellings to make sure that the email domain matches where you would expect it to be coming from. Look for spelling or grammar mistakes in the email. If there are any links in the messages, try to preview the link to make sure that it's going to a legitimate site. But again, just
but you don't even
don't click on a link
because they're not going to send you an email, a text, or call you. They're only going to send letters in the mail. Isn't that what it said?
Yeah. So for general
And
phishing,
wait, it also says never pay with a gift card.
never pay. That's right.
If the IRS calls you and says go to Walgreens and get an iTunes gift card for $7,000,
Just read me the number. That is not how we pay taxes.
I'll stay on the phone with you while you go.
Right. Oh, you've been through this before, Mikey.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen the videos on YouTube.
Those are awesome. The people who
hack the scammers or whatever.
Love those. Yeah, watch out for phishing emails. The IRS is not going to call you for your information. Protect it. I think we have a more tech savvy audience for this show, but I didn't want to just be like.
And for these scammers, hackers, like if you're doing people's taxes, just do the taxes and we'll pay you. Like you can make money doing that. Like why are you doing this illegal? You're already doing the taxes. You could potentially go to jail, or you could just get paid to do people's taxes.
That is a good point. It could be a win-win, win-win.
You could be like cheaper than everybody else because you do 1,000 of them a day.
Super efficient. You're used to just hammering through those phone lists. I love it. That's a good tip, Mikey. Consultant to the fraudsters, consultant to the scammers. Working on that business model. Like it.
Yep.